So you guys, I want to show you this really complex thing that it's super cool if you can pull it off, but it's really, really challenging. But kids have been asking me for some extra challenging stuff that they can kind of use their brain to figure out. So I'm gonna show you stuff this is really complicated. I do not suggest that you do it at all if you don't want a really, really big challenge. Okay. This is the same heart. It's called The Impossible Heart. And it's from a book that I've got on my Kindle called How to Draw Cool Stuff Shading Textures and Optical Illusions. Okay, that's a book I was looking at buying, so I put it on my Kindle so I could see if I liked it. And I do, I like it a lot. It's got really cool instructions, and that's what I'm following to do this picture. Okay, you can also find some tutorials of it online that other people have made, and um, if this one is if I'm going to explain it probably different than somebody else would. And what I have done for myself, because this is actually a little out of my wheelhouse. I don't usually like the extra mathy things, and this is just a lot of angles for me. So I'm going to try to do it in the order that it is on this little how-to here. And if it's frustrating, just let it go, you guys. You do not have to do this. I repeat, and I cannot stress this enough. You do not have to do this, okay? But if you want to, I mean, here we go. I'm just going over my pencil lines because I want you to see my pencil lines, okay? The first thing to do is, before I start using my marker, is you need to take a ruler and make 3 lines, okay? Make a line, hold this firmly, and make a straight line down your whole paper. And then scooch it over a little and do that again. And then scooch it over a little and do that again, okay? About equally distanced from each other, 3 lines. You're gonna use those lines again. And I made mine heavy so you could see them, but make them light so you can erase them when you're done with them, okay? If that is like super duper difficult for you, just you can get lines on a notebook paper, right, that are kind of equally distanced from each other. You could use those and kind of trace them on your paper. I don't, and I'm not using the camera that I normally use, so if this is glary, I do apologize, okay? The first line we made, according to the tutorial right here that I was looking at, the little how to draw paper, I'm going to use a marker so you can see it. I did it in pencil already. Then I'm going to use the marker so you can see it, okay? I started at line number 1. I put numbers up here so I could keep the lines straight, okay? 1, 2, and 3. So you'll know that that's not, they don't go backwards or anything. And I just made a heart. Just make a heart like you do, like you make a heart. And instead of going all the way to line 1 down here, you're going to stop at line 3 down here, okay? Go to line 3. And I don't know if you can tell, but I didn't even stay on my pencil line very well. So it's okay not to have them be perfect, okay? Then you're going to make a horizontal line here, just where the lines are, and a horizontal line here on the 3 lines, going along the 3 lines, okay? Then you're going to make the rest of your heart over here. You're making a basically like, it's like when you do a block letter, only it's a heart. You're just going right beside the heart you made at about a finger space apart from the other line, okay? This whole thing, this whole distance, when you need to go a little bit away, you're going to use basically what finger spaces are, okay? The next thing to do is to start about here, start right about there, and start to curve down, and you're going to stop right here, okay, right there on line number 1, up a little bit, like a finger space, from that line, all right? So I'm going to curve this around and follow down to there, okay? The line's not perfectly straight and I'm not worried about it. This is something you should practice a few times. All right, this should be your very first one and it should probably look kind of wonky, and that's okay. Because this is difficult, you guys. It's really, really difficult. And don't be frustrated and sad if you're not making it happen the first time. I'm going to start at line 1. I'm going to go a finger space up from this corner right here. And I'm going to taper it in towards this part right here. Okay, so I'm going over here this way. And then I'm tapering it in. About where this one starts to come out, that one starts to go in. Okay? And that's what I have so far. If that was really hard for you, keep going if you want to, but it's okay if you don't want to do this, right? We're just doing this for fun just to see if we can, okay? Not for like a grade or anything. That would be crazy. And then I'm going to start right here on line number 2 at the highest line I've made so far. I'm going to start right there. And I'm going to make the other half of my heart, and it's going to go all the way down to here. All right, it's going to go all the way down this time. I'm going to come up here and go, 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 all the way down to here. All right, just like that. And if it doesn't look like mine, please don't worry, because mine does not look anywhere near as good as this one. Okay, I would have to do this like 5 more times to make it look good, probably. And I took a picture of one. I'm going to take a picture of one that I made. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the slide. That's what the slide has a picture of it. I'm going to taper this over like that. Okay, so it's starting to look like it's got a little depth to it. Okay, this line needs to come over here and go down to there. Okay, it's going to come down to here. It's going to start here and go down to there. It's like the inside edge of the whole thing. Start here at this line that's just stopped at the 1. I'm going to go bring it around here and make it come down to right here. I'm dropping markers behind me. I don't know if you can hear stuff falling on the floor. That's okay. I'll pick it up later. And then this right here is kind of the only one left that doesn't have a place to go. So I'm going to bring it over and taper it in to here. Okay? Like I did over here, only it's kind of the other way around. And this is supposed to look like it's an impossible heart because it's kind of twisty and weird. Okay, okay. And then you're supposed to be able to go back and shade certain areas of it to make it look like it's got darks and lights. So, and you can use the stippling that we used last week where the dots are close together. It makes them look darker. And when they're farther apart, it makes it look lighter. You can try that on here. Or you can do the cross hatching and the hatching where you just make the lines go kind of like that. And then if you want it to be even darker, you go in the other direction, right? And make cross hatching like we saw in Where the Wild Things Are, right? You can try those types of shading if you want to, okay? It's going to be like darker down here, and you can also go back and make it nicer by getting rid of those lines. It's more of an illusion if the lines aren't there, okay? You can also if you made it and you did a successful job of it, you can put another paper over the top of it and trace it, and then shade that one. That way you're practicing shading on a different copy than the one that you just spent this time making, okay? So that was your Impossible Heart Challenge for the week, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye, guys. Have a great weekend.